So hello and welcome. Today I'm joined virtually by Nathalie Karré, who's sitting in Vienna. Hello, Nathalie.
Hi, Anna. Hi, good to see you.
And I'm also joined by Aleksandar Nedeljkovic, who's joining us today from Belgrade.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you for having us here.
Both of these alumni are both top experts in their fields, but they've nonetheless pursued very different careers. Nathalie is an expert in change management and leadership, and she's also a best-selling author. And the other person from our community of alumni, Aleksandar, is an experienced consultant and a managing director of a market leader in the tech area in the Adriatic region, namely the company Mainstream. And interestingly, we brought them here today together to share a conversation about two things they have in common that are quite surprising. So Nathalie, Aleksandar, you both didn't know each other in person for just until recently, but what is one of the things that connects you?
Yeah, I think, I would say it's the dedication to a healthy and energizing lifestyle. Yeah. And I think that we both are, quite fascinated by the effectiveness of fruitful routines, how much they can influence people's life, but also organization. Yeah, so I think that's a thing that connects us. Aleksandar, what do you think?
And we are both alumni of VU Executive Academy, like most of our others from the VU Connect. And yes, we found that we have some very similar eating habits and also life habit, which is called intermittent fasting. What is, I guess, one of the main things that we want to share together our passion about this way of life.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, let's dive into that topic. Nathalie, can you maybe first tell us a little bit about your passion and getting started with this topic? I know you also decided to write a book about it, and why did you decide to get involved at that level?
Well, it was in that case more taking a chance life offers you. Yeah.
So you jumped at the chance to...
Absolutely, yeah. And all of us are pretty surprised about the outcome. Yeah, I mean, we published the book in January 2019, and we immediately climbed the best-selling list and stayed there for almost a year. And our book was the most sold book 2019 in Austria. So there is no book in all categories which was sold more often than ours. And it was like,
Could you very briefly tell us a little bit what the book is about?
Yeah, of course. It's about intermediate fasting. Yes, it's called the Fountain of Youth effect. And there are the main pillars are on one hand intermediate fasting and the autophagy, which is behind. Yeah, when you start to have breaks between eating periods for 16 hours, then your body starts to rejuvenate your cells. Yeah, which is healthy and helps you to stay longer, younger, and not to get sick. Yeah. That's one main pillar. The second one is healthy eating. Yeah. What kind of food is best for which typology of people? And the third one is to move and to do sports. Yeah. So also to increase the way, to move in life. And the fourth one is mental techniques, mind management, fruitful habits, healthy routines. And what we try, and I think that's one of the success elements of our books, that we try to offer something to people that is easy, because most people know that it makes sense to live healthy. And you have all these New Year's resolution, but a lot of them fail because it's hard for people to stick to new routines, and we offer it in an easy way to do baby steps and to join this lifestyle. Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like 4 pillars that really change a lot of one's lifestyle. And Aleksandar, how are you all connected to this? I mean, you didn't know Nathalie from the start, but yet you do also adhere to some of these pillars. Can you tell us how you came across the methods?
I saw myself very much in what Nathalie said about New Year's resolutions and similar stuff in the past. So I had a relatively similar story to that. So after I graduated from my bachelor degree some 13 years ago, I had a lot of problems with fluctuation especially in my weight. And after I actually finished my MBA, so we were in the last residential trip in US, so in Boston. I got back from that trip with 113 kilos, and I said, okay, now I should do something. We said, okay, let's try something. And more or less in the past, I tried rigor diets, different ones, some kind of not eating anything, then exercising very like a lot. And then I put some kilos down, but generally I gained back these kilos very easy. So after this trip, I heard about intermittent fasting. I read a couple of books, not the Nathalie's one, but some other. But I will definitely, after we met each other, I will try to read her also, because I really love this topic. And I started with intermittent fasting, so roughly more than 2 years ago. And I really had a great results. So definitely growth of immune system. So definitely now much more healthier than before. Also, I had much more energy. So generally, I really feel first I felt the passion when this started. I started to lose weight and also to get additional energy. And then I tried to be a small evangelist of this movement, as this is very strong movement, especially in the IT sector in the Silicon Valley, and a lot of IT guys are practicing this around the world, especially in the US. And I really feel great, and trying really to promote it with other people who were in the similar situation as me. So
after his journey of researching different programs and trying out different approaches, you at the end did lose weight, which was one of your goals. Exactly how much weight was that in the focus?
Roughly 25 kilos.
Okay, so we have a ballpark figure here. And what other insights in this journey of trying different methods did you learn that could be also applicable to your professional life, for instance?
For me, it worked also in professional life, so I felt much more energy. I feel that in some situations that I'm thinking more sharply than when I'm full. And one of my main ideas or some paradigm that I believe that generally we are eating too much. Intermittent fasting is very easy mechanism, very easy to execute it. And that's very good, because you very easily enter in some routine, and when you have a routine, it's easier for you to follow it. Routine.
All right, so we have one fan of routines over here.
Mm-hmm.
Nathalie, would you like to comment on that? I mean, how important are routines in a daily manager's life?
I think routines are key to it. Yeah, I mean, as Aleksandar said, it's first of all is getting the idea about the concept. Do you like it? And is there a goal behind you want to reach? You have to make it attractive for you. And then the best way is to change things, is to set up new routines. Yeah, because up to 80% of what we are doing are routines. Yeah, so if we're doing unhealthy stuff, then it will turn out that we live an unhealthy life, and we will get the results for it. And if we manage to change to healthy routines, then we will have a different outcome. Yeah, it's as easy as that. Yeah? Most people struggle with either they have too high goals. Yeah, so we try to support people to set baby goals. Yeah, it's not about start intermittent fasting from tomorrow on, do the 16 or 18 hours. Yeah, it's start with 10 hours. Yeah? Do the baby step and do it 2 weeks, or I would say even longer. Yeah, so research says that 84 days are necessary to really build a new routine, which is 12 weeks. Yeah, and if you do it for 12 weeks, then it's really automatically running in your life. Yeah, and we have very often the question, because we are running a huge community in social media, people who share their experiences, post their questions. And a question that is coming up all the time is, I'm going on holidays. What can I do now? Because we have a nice breakfast, we have a nice dinner. I want to share with my friends or my family together. And what we always recommend is not to stop your routine, but reduce the interval. Don't do the 18 hours anymore or 16 hours anymore. Reduce down to 14 hours, 12 hours, whatever is applicable for you. But stick to your routine, because after the holidays, it's so much easier to start again with the normal 16 hours. And we know that when you interrupt the habit for one day, the likability to keep up on doing it is reduced by 5%. And if you skip it for 2 days, then it's already decreasing to 40%. So it's really like fundamental. And that's why it's so important to stick to your habits. Intermediate fasting is just one example. If you look at organizational habits or leadership habits, it's the same there. If you are doing things that are good for you and for your team and for the organization every day, then they become reality. If you skip them, you lose it. Use it, you'll lose it.
So yeah, it seems to be a very relevant topic for managers and experts working in management at, let's say, different specialist areas. And I mean, Corona has brought about a lot of change, and a lot of people are now working away from their normal routines. And so we learned here that it's really important to get back to routines, because this also is going to help to promote a healthy lifestyle and also to be a successful manager. Are there any other insights from your book that we might be able to link to successful leadership?
Yeah, I think the habits change is one very important, but also how to deal with willpower and other self-management techniques, because people know, in my experience, very little about willpower, how it works, when is it strongest, how can you train it. There are so many small things in life that help you to increase your willpower and your self-discipline. For instance, their research shows that if you're making your bed in the morning, and if you have a clean table in your working surrounding, then it's easier to be self-disciplined, and then your willpower is stronger. And it's so easy to do it. It's also a routine you can do every day. Which helps you to stick to what you find important for your life. And when you know more about willpower and self-management, you can not only apply it for yourself, but as a leader also you can support your team members to do better in their daily job. So I think there is a lot in for leaders.
Yeah, definitely. Aleksandar, would you like to comment on that? Do you see any other areas where this topic of habit change is applying to the professional lives of perhaps managers in our alumni community?
This is just one aspect. So eating is one aspect. There is, as Nathalie said, at least 4 aspects that you need to follow. Generally, mental health, in sense of the also reading, some good habits, meditation, whatever, thinking how to think positively. You also, what I also found is also very good sleeping. This is very important, especially when you are under stress. So I had situations with that, with some kind of sleeping disorders, especially in very stressful times. So I'm also trying to read and to learn about this aspect of healthy life. Exercising is very important, to find time for exercising. In my case, again, I had both periods with extensive exercise and also period without exercise. So I found out that I need to find time for that, for sure. So this kind of habits in every aspect. So for myself, for example, for intermittent fasting, was easier to get the habit than, for example, for exercise. For exercise, I need at least this 84 days or 12 weeks, because usually I have much shorter periods of constant exercise. But yeah, I found it extremely important also for.
Yeah, but I think also with exercise, it's always about the baby steps. So when people think about, okay, I have to go for a run for an hour every day, or I have to do 50 push-ups or whatever, yeah, start with baby steps and get into the routine. Yeah. And
yes, definitely, and also what I found it's to have some kind of short or fast wins, so some kind of fast results that can, from these baby steps that you see, okay, this is improving, so I should do it more, that you get better, you know, better motivation of generally to be more happy with your progress, and then to get additional motivation for that. I found it very important.
feeling it provides to you. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think another aspect that is important also for leaders. In the second book, we were writing also about the management of your life energy. Yeah. Really to know what gives you energy and what takes your life energy, yeah. And also to manage that. Yeah, to really foster your good life energy every day. Yeah, as you said now, Aleksandar, for instance, reading or meditation. Yeah, or whatever it is. Yeah, but to have the focus on that you every day load your life energy, yeah, because then you are more resilient in stressful times.
So loading that battery of resilience,
yeah.
by doing some positive things and some things that are good for you. Yeah, I think that definitely would turn around the managers.
I like this term energy zombies. So people who are taking this energy from you, to try to avoid these people. This is always this was always funny to me when I read this term, but it's generally it is like that. So there is activities and people that takes your energy. So you should be careful how to save it. It's not. Generally, this topic about energy is very interesting. I was also on one lecture related to the energy and how to use energy, how to share it, and this is a very important topic. Yeah, and usually, what is the problem is that generally we are not. It's very hard for us to learn about it because we were not learning about this in school. I mean, at least in Serbia, we didn't have this kind of topics in school. I guess in Austria it's similar, but of course I cannot say. But generally, these are some topics that should be learned in the primary and secondary school, and not after them. When you start the life, then you start to learn the important stuff about body, about mind, about energy. So this should be learn much earlier in life, but it's not, unfortunately.
It does come across when you're dealing with topics of, you know, self-health and habit change, and the fasting is all coming into play here. So I mean, it makes sense that we've all come across it now at this later stage when we come across a book like one of Nathalie's. So I mean,
I would just like to add some small insight about energy in organization, because there is a very interesting study done by Wayne Baker, and he asked people in organizations to draw a map of all people they have contact with, and then to put a mark after the contact with this person. Do you have afterwards more information, more power? Or more energy, and then he made a correlation of these results with where is performance happening in the organization. And the interesting thing is, it was energy that was the driver for more performance in an organization. And then he found out what is the difference, what are leaders doing who bring more energy into the organization. And the funny thing is, they are doing less. They are listening, posing questions, providing people with energy, like reinforcing what they are doing, and giving them a good feeling about their job, and providing something, or they are standing for something bigger than their self. So a kind of purpose management as well.
I think purpose is coming into focus a lot now that we've all been abruptly stopped in the way we used to do things. We're kind of reconsidering our jobs as the purpose of our lives, or is it going in the right direction? I think purpose is really a strong focus here. So it's great you brought that up. And so are you saying basically sometimes doing less at a management level is more? has more of an effect, I guess. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sounds kind of contradictory here when we provide our students with all their pre-course assignments and load them up for weeks and weeks. But now that you've graduated successfully, of course, we can share this motto, less is more.
No, and especially at the undergraduate time, I never understood it. I heard that terms, you know, hundreds of times, less is more and stuff. But you need to come to some point in life that you really understand that this less is more. That it's not about just more of knowledge, more of information, more of everything, but just that it's important when you get it, how you get it, and that you get the actually what you really need, and then it's really more. And when you're younger, you don't understand that. I mean, I didn't, not talking that general, but for me, that was totally, I couldn't understand it for a long time. But then, you know, just in one moment, you understand what does it mean. And then you really understand it's very important topic, this less is more. So,
Definitely.
but need some time, definitely. For me, at least I needed quite some time to understand this phrase.
Exactly. So, I mean, this is a really exciting example of how our alumni community is connected at such a let's say, a personal level, but also in the topic that you can also apply definitely to your job. I mean, habit change is really applicable in private and professional life. So, I mean, thank you very much to both of you for the interview today. You guys have shared your MBA alma mater together, and now this personal passion for habit change. So thanks for sharing your insights.
Thank you very much for inviting us.
Thank you for joining us from Belgrade and Vienna, and for giving your time for the alumni community. And yeah, I wish you both a great evening.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you very much. Same to you.
Thank you.